Hey everyone, this is Will from Jones Hay and Cattle. Hope you're doing well. Before we get started, if you would hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Go ahead and get your notifications set up. That way you always get our most recent content. So in the previous video, you've seen that the 569 damage. The insurance adjuster came out and looked at it. They, whatever, do what they do. They called me, let me know they did total it out. And so luckily it was an asset, so I was able to get it paid off, my part, to John Deere, and then I was able to get a check for the remaining balance. And so anyway, we had actually went up to northwest of Fort Worth and looked at another baler that my dad found on the internet, and my son Clayton was kind of pushing it. We went and looked at it, and sure enough, it looks like a really good baler. It's going to be a good fit to our operation. It's a little bit different. It's a 569 premium, so it is used. So it has a few less bales than what mine had on it, the one that got, you know, totaled out. And so anyway, it does have some wear on it. Overall, though, it's a really nice looking baler. I think it's going to work good, and we're excited about getting it back home. When they did total out the baler, they did give me the option to buy it back. So what I did was, for relatively not much money, I was able to keep the baler, the 569 that got wrecked, and so I can use it for parts. From my understanding, a lot of the parts are the same on that baler as the premium, and so I just put new chains on it, and a lot of work I've done on that baler. I'm hoping I can move over to the new baler, and that way it'll be a pretty good, you know, setup. But anyhow, we're gonna get on the road, go pick it up, and try to get back at a decent time and enjoy the road trip. So let's go. Alright, well, we're on the road. Been on the road since a while this morning. Earlier, I took the kids to school, and the main reason why I took them to school is Clayton's working on a project. Let me show you what he's working on. Alright, so here's Clayton's project he's going to work on for his shop. They asked him to bring something up here that he can work on. So we had this hay spike laying around that it got bent on the top spike. You can see that top one just kind of pushed through the main beam. So anyway, we're gonna drop it off this morning, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take them to work on these projects. But anyway, when it's due by, but he's gonna tinker with this, and hopefully one of our future videos will get the finished project. So Clayton, good luck. So anyway, he's excited to work on that hay spike, and now we're headed to Navasota, Texas to pick up the baler. We went and looked at it up near Fort Worth, and they were nice enough to get it down to Navasota. That's their farthest, or the closest dealers to where we live. And so you can see on this map here, you know, we're about maybe almost halfway there from our house. And so anyway, we'll get up there pretty soon and get it hooked up and head on back. So let's keep going. Alright, so took a little pit stop, got some to eat. It is about 1 o'clock and we are pulling up to the dealership. Stay tuned. Alright, so here she is. One thing that's pretty cool about this is the type of door system it has. And so Clayton pointed out to me, when it's the middle of the day, we're having to work on something or whatever, at least you got some shade you can get underneath, so that's an added bonus. But anyway, this is all pretty much the same as the 569. The premium does have the grease bank that you can do it. You can see it's got the hoses behind it that go to where they need to go. That way you're not always looking for them. And then let's see what else is different on this one. It's supposed to have, it's got this tray here, so it helps keep, when the chain's flopping around, that tray keeps it. I thought that was pretty neat. My other one didn't have that. Another major thing that's different about it, I don't normally have my jacks up like this, but I sprayed some WD-40 in it. I did that so that way it'd run down the tube or whatever. It does have a different type of clutch. It doesn't have a slip clutch. And so, I'm not quite sure how this works, but doing a little bit of research about it, it's supposed to prevent it from getting overheated. And so it's supposed to be, you know, able to withstand a little bit more abuse, I guess. But anyway, all this on here looks about the same. Can't really think of anything that's really different on it. And really the difference between a premium and a not premium is just the these are designed for a higher output of bales. And if you have the ISO bus system, then it can make a bale automatically. You don't have to stop, kick out the door. It does it all automatic, which my tractor does not have that. So you got this side over here. You got your grease bank on this side as well. And so it's pretty cool. Got a little diagram. Had to thread it up. You can do twine, but we don't really mess with that too much. If whoever had this before used twine, I might even be tempted to put twine on a few bales here and there, just because it's easier to get the strings out of them. But net wrap, you really can't go wrong with net wrap. It lasts longer, it bales faster, so I'm just going to leave it with the net wrap system. But anyway, I was able to buy my other baler back, so anything that's wrong with this one, I can always try to change them out. Like, I know for sure one thing I'm going to change out are all the chains. This chain right here, the big chain up to the top, the big sprocket up there. This one right here, it's got a few pieces missing out of it. And then it's missing the chain, the little chain on the back. It goes on there. All that's missing. So, not all that, just that one chain's missing. But anyway, these chains, I'm gonna replace all the chains with the ones that are on the other baler, because I've really, literally just put them on and maybe made about 500 bells with them. Not even, maybe 300 bells. But anyway, like this first chain right here, and that chain there, all the chains together is about 700 bucks. Last time when I priced them on the other baler. But anyway, I just need to put all those chains on this baler. That's gonna be the big thing I get on it, and that sprocket. Change that sprocket out. And then I noticed this one still has the actuator motor where the twine wrap is up underneath there. It's got one there, and it's got one on the back. That's what activates your net wrap. That's what makes it all work. Come over here. I'll go ahead and open this up again, I guess. This actuator. So the way it works, this actuator, when it's time for the net wrap to engage, this actuator will push out, and when it does, it releases the brake on the net wrap, and it feeds it. And then when it's done, it brings it back in, which puts the brake on it, and there's a knife in there that cuts it. So my other baler, I had an issue with it, and I thought it was the actuator, so I put one on it, and I put a brand new one on it. I had someone helping me do it, and they ended up cutting one of these wires, and so I wasn't able to take the new one back after I realized that the new one, the old one, wasn't the problem. So I went ahead and just kept the new one on it. And in fact, my old one, my dad's actually did go out, and so I just gave him the old one, and the new ones now, to replace that actuator, is about $1,000. And so I figured the chains are worth $700. That's not counting the sprockets or any of the extra rollers and stuff that are on that other baler. So $700 plus $1,000 for that actuator motor on the other baler, and I ended up having to pay, I want to say I had to pay $1,400 for it. And so just those two things alone, I'm gonna get my money back. Then there's a few other things that I want to replace are in here. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. I just need to open it up, kind of just go through it. I'm going to park it. Well, or that's a pretty good spot, I guess. I might back it up underneath over here where the shade trees are. That way I can work out during the day and not be on sunlight the whole time. But anyway, this one's here at the house. I gotta go get the other one, bring it here and park it out here with it. That way I can start swapping parts out. And then once I'm done swapping what I need to now, I'll take the 569 regular one and go park it out of the way. And then this will be my main one I use. So on to the tractor, the monitor. Get this out of here. Yesterday was Clayton's birthday, and for his birthday he just wanted to have the monitor hooked up to see if it would work and run it. This is the monitor right here. I think it's called the 1800. Let me get this tractor turned on. So it's a little different than the regular bell track. Shut the door. So there you have the main screen. You can see it's not an auto because it's not ISO bus ready. This tractor is just a 5100E. Now, if I ever get a tractor that has the ISO bus, like a R series or any other series that has the ISO where it's got the little screen already built into the tractor, and the baler would actually plug into that, and what's on that screen is what's kind of what you see here. The main thing I keep calling this the baling monitor, but it's not. It's just a monitor. It does different stuff. If I had the GPS set up, then it would do the navigation, show your fields. You can like I said, you can do different guidance, field spacing. But we'll go back to the other one, and then so on this one, they got this turn knob. You select what you want to when it gets highlighted, like the 65. If I want to change it, select it, and then I can go down to let's say I want to make it 60 inches. And then I'm going to accept it, F. So now it won't make it over 60. You got your counter, H. You can name your different fields. And then you have you can have up to, I guess, 10 different fields. Which is pretty nice. You can keep track of where they're at, how many bales you make, all that good stuff. You can zero out all the counters that are on here. You can adjust your counting. So you can do A, you want to make your bales more or less. B, which is right there, that's making it less. I guess that's about it. I just need to get this in the field, put it to work. That way I can kind of just see, you know, how it runs, any issues. And like I said, I still need to change out the chains, the sprocket, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to mainly just get this thing installed in its permanent home, which I'm thinking is going to be right here. That way it's easy to get to and it's out of the way. I'm thinking that's where I'm going to put it. So one thing that is different, besides just how it looks and all that, but what the requirements is, it plugs in to your accessory plug. But not only does it have to plug into your accessory plug, it's got to be hardwired to the tractor's actual battery, or, you know, hot and ground. And I'm just speculating. The reason why is because before I had it wired to the battery, I was told that as long as you hook just this accessory plug in, that you can run it in manual. And I was like, hey, great, that's all I need anyways. So when I first plugged it in, I could never get past the GPS. There was no baler menu to pop up, and I wasn't sure what the deal was. I hooked up the wires to the battery, now it reads the baler. So I'm assuming what's happening is when you hook up the hot and the ground on the battery, it goes through the wiring to the baler, the back, to the computer that's up there, and then from there it comes back and plugs into the bus system, the ISO bus down here, and that gives the signal back to this. And so right now we just have it laid out going to the battery, nothing really permanent, so I need to do that as well. But once I get it set up and we get it mounted where I want, I think it's really going to work out really, really well for us. Thought about putting it right here. We will see. I don't know. I thought about putting it here, but then again, it's going to be kind of in the way of my stuff up here. Sometimes I'll put my phone up here. One thing also about this, I'm sorry, I really didn't plan what I was going to say on this video. I'm just kind of winging it. When you put the navigation on it, it does everything like the Green Star. I don't have Green Star on this tractor. It's that little yellow and green dome that goes in the front for your receiver for your satellites. I want to look into that, see how much that would cost to put that on, just because it would be kind of nice to use this tractor for spraying and or spreading fertilizer. If it does all that, that'd be great. I have this Raven here, and it worked fine. I had no problems with it. It ran good, but the receiver up top, it disappeared. I don't know. It's been gone for now for probably 2 years, and so it's just been sitting here and just pretty much being in the way. So I want to take this thing out today, and then I want to go from putting the new monitor right there. As I'm driving, it's not that hard to lean forward and hit the buttons that you want, and it'll be kind of out of the way. I also want to find out if there is a wiring kit that plugs onto the back of this, because it's just this plug here. I'm kind of curious if there is a wiring that I can go from another tractor battery to having this plug and having it just kind of sitting there. That way, if I ever want to get using a different tractor to install this, that it's ready to go. I don't have to undo the whole wiring kit. It all depends on the price. If it's something stupid, I'll just rerun the wiring every time I change tractors, which hopefully never happens. But anyway, in the future, hopefully the newer tractors I get, I'll get them with the ISO bus capable, and they'll be right here. Another thing that might happen is I might end up one day down the road getting a new screen. This is pretty much like the bare minimum. I think it's like one step up above minimum. And so they have the newer ones that are bigger and they're touchscreen, and that'd be kind of neat to have that in here or whatever. Then I can put this one in the other tractor with the wiring. So anyway, I'm gonna install this, try to figure out a good route to take the cables, and then I'm gonna unhook the baler. I'm gonna open the gate up on the baler, and then lock it, and then unhook it. That way I can work on it while it's not hooked up to the tractor, and then we will go from there. I still need to go pick it up, the other baler at 569, the regular one, and get it here as well. So anyhow, all right, so let me show what I did so far. I got this mounted in here. I took the Raven screen off. I still gotta get a wrench and take that off. Anyway, I'll be able to take that off and clean all that up. And then I was gonna get all the parts I needed to convert my side door to my right hand door to make it a door. But I think what I ended up doing is this bracket was up on this thing tight. I loosened it up. I was able to run these cables out through the door right here. I just gotta put that back, but I'm not gonna do that till I know I'm done with the wiring. Ran it through here, underneath there, up through here. I'm gonna come up like this, and I'm gonna come around the front, and then wire all in. I don't have any zip ties, and so when I go to town here in a little bit, I'll stop somewhere and get some good heavy duty zip ties for it. And I think I about have it beat. I think I have it done. And of course, you know, I need to get this thing ready for hay season. I need a good cleaning. Usually I clean it every year. I haven't cleaned this one this year. It's all muddied up. Clean, it'll blow all the radiators out. But anyway, so far it's looking pretty good. It is about 208. So So I'm probably gonna end up taking the truck. I gotta take the 2 tires out and just drop them off at where the trailer is at. And then I think I have time. I'll bring the 569, go pick it up and bring it back and park it over here somewhere in the shade trees where I can start digging into that and making something out of it. That way I can go ahead and start changing out these chains and the sprocket and all that good stuff. Let's get to work. All right, so this is it on this. Turn this off and it'll save the settings, and then eventually I'll shut off. Now when we're not using this, then you know, I'll just unplug it right here. That way not every time you turn the tractor on you're sitting here with just a screen saying that it can't communicate with the navigation. That's kind of pointless. So yeah, back outside. He's up there looking at the top roller. It had quite a bit of net wrap on it. I think he's gonna work on that. Are you working on it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. So anyway, just like my 569, when it's not hay season, all this gets rusted up a little bit. I imagine after the first 2 or 3 bales, all this gets shined up pretty nice. But anyway, the only thing that was really wrong with this baler is that the starter roll chain. Can I open this door?
Yeah, come on.
That's so cool. There's a little chain that goes on the back of this, and it's missing. So the way it works, the PTO comes up to the front, and from in there, it comes out through this gearbox. Gearbox comes out through this shaft where this bearing is. And this is what turns what we call the drive rollers. You have this one right here, and it goes up to the one up there. That's the main ones that turn the belt. That's why we call those the drive rollers. The other ones are just idle. They just have regular bearings, and they just turn freely. They do whatever. So on the bottom over here, when it comes over to this sprocket for the bottom drive roller, on the back side it has a small sprocket, and that goes down to that other sprocket, and that one down there is what turns this. So that's why it turns freely. That comes over here to this one, the bottom drive roller, not the feeder starter roller, but the drive roller, comes all the way across here, has another chain, and it goes down, and that's what does the I guess the cutting knives. And then on the other side, there's a small chain that you can't even see that does the pickup reel. Now notice in this one, it doesn't have any of the compression rods, and you can actually see the compression rod is kind of bent up a little bit. It looks like at one time it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compression rods in it. I'm not sure what my other one has. I don't know when I'm looking at it, but anyway. But yeah, I want to get some new compression rods for it. Straighten out that bar. Replace all the 3 chains that are on that 569. Put it on this one, along with the sprocket that it looks like it's pretty ate up. And Clayton's up there cleaning the net wrap off that top roller. So last time I did it on the other one, I did it from the inside with a ladder.
It's a lot worse. It was a lot worse than the other one.
This one's worse?
No, the other one was a lot worse.
Oh.
Like 3 times worse.
It's kind of nice to know. At least it's not too bad.
At least on these two belts.
One thing about 569 that I have with the old one, it didn't have those little, it looks like little mud flaps that cover against that little edge right there. So maybe that will help keep it from snagging the sides of the rolls and the bales.
I think the other one, well, I don't think they had that big of a problem before because it had the edge to edge.
Yeah. Yeah, the net wrap that came with this baler had edge to edge where we always do with cover edge. And it looks like it just falls into place, so it's not like it's a big deal. Another thing I need to do is, this wheel's kind of sitting cockeyed. I need to bend it back around, which that won't be hard to do. I can just find me a little red car and have her hit me. I'm joking. Is it too soon? Soon. But anyhow, overall I think I'm pretty happy with this thing. I guess I should be. But anyhow, yeah, this weekend we're gonna do some more work on it. I got one more day of work to do, and then this weekend it's Easter weekend, so we're probably doing some family stuff. But I would like to try to get the chains moved over, that top sprocket changed out. Maybe I can get some compression rods.
Are we gonna take the 4250 to the shop?
And then I called the tire shop that I had taken this thing to a while back. They attached the tube that was in it, and you can see it's still got a leak. And so I called them today, told them I want to just put a whole new tube in it and be done with it. And they said they'll have one for me on Friday. So first thing Friday morning, we'll air this tire up. That tire is taking, shoot, maybe a month now to get that low. That's with the shredder on the back of it. So we'll unhook the shredder, air up the tire, and you'll be able to drive all the way to Blessing to get the tire, new tube put in the tire. And after that, new tube in this, a few odds and ends over here, the chains, the sprockets. Oh, another thing I want to do is I want to replace all the little pins in the belts. There's 8 of them. I want to replace all those. I don't want to be breaking belts in the hayfield. Oh, the bottom of the, might not be able to see it from here. Anyway, where the net wrap is, there's like a shiny chrome roller or steel roller. Anyway, it's got quite a bit of rust on it. I'm thinking I can just take some emery cloth, some kind of sandpaper, shine it up. If not, then I might end up having to take the one off the one over the 569 and put it on this one. But overall, like right now, besides the pickup reel not working or the starter reel not working, it's field ready. But I just want to make it to where I know it's in the best shape it can be. We've had quite a bit of rain. The hayfield the other day, we had, in the last week or so, we've had about 3 some places. I know like the hayfield, our main hayfield, we had about 3 and almost a half inches. So that was really nice to have. And I haven't gone and checked on it yet, but I will be maybe this weekend. If we go to town, I'll go out there and check it and see how it looks. But anyhow, my name is Will. My son's Clayton up there on the baler. From all of us here from Jones Hay and Cattle, y'all have a blessed afternoon, and we will catch you later. Bye.